What's good, porters? This was a highly requested video from you guys. I took my time with it so that I didn't disappoint, and this is going to be my breakdown of the most essential items in Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I'm going to break this video down in the following order. It's going to show you the item, the description, the location and connectivity you need to unlock it, and any other good and bad things about that item. So without further ado, let's go ahead and lock straight in. If you find this video helpful and informative, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash that like button and consider subbing to the channel. Now, this is going to be a full-blown series. I'm going to be breaking down things like the T in the game, how it exactly works, and different types of bugs that you definitely need to always have on you. But today, we're going to be talking about essential items that you need on the field. So let's get straight to it. For our first item, it's going to be the sticky gun. The sticky gun is an essential item that you must have in this game. It is literally going to be a night and day difference on how you deliver all of your cargo. You will receive the sticky gun from the Boca in the first map once you reach at least 2 stars of connectivity with him. Now let's go ahead and discuss different situations where you're going to need this gun. There's going to be a time where you're in a BT infested area and there's going to be a bunch of cargo scattered around. You can use this to go ahead and lock in on that cargo, snatch it from a distance, and never even have to get close to those BTs. There's also going to be times where you're standing off a cliff, you're going to look down and see a cargo that you want to go down there and get, but it's going to take you too long to traverse down there. That's fine. Use your sticky gun and you can go ahead and snatch that item from pretty amazing distances, by the way, right into your hands. There's also going to be times we're going to have items going down streams, so many different scenarios where this item is a must-have for every porter in Death Stranding 2. Let's move on to the next item. The next item on this list is also going to be given to us from the Boca. This guy is stacked with some of the greatest things in the game, and this is going to be the first thing that he gives you. It's going to be the 1-star of connectivity trekking boots. So these trekking boots are a game changer. They're a million times better than the original boots that you get, and they're going to be better than the boots that you can steal off of the different enemies in the game. Now, the best thing about these boots are their traversal. These things have amazing grip, and they're going to have you basically running up and down slopes and all of these different steep mountains and cliffs without any problem. And if you match this up with some other items on our list today, you are going to be completely untrippable, I guess is a word you can put together. We won't use untrippable, but you'll never fall again while you're in this game. Keeping your balance is a lot easier with these boots, as well as the next item on our list, which is going to be the Battle Skeleton Level 3. But before we go to that, let's talk more about these boots. These boots have impact absorption, so you're able to actually jump down from high locations and the boots will absorb the damage so that you don't actually damage any of the cargo in your pack, which can be extremely helpful because there's going to be certain situations when you want to get down from a higher surface and you may not have a safe way to get down there. These boots will definitely help you out. Another thing that I love about these boots are they last a significantly decent amount of time. So much more so than the other boots in the game. You can have at least 1 or 2 boots on your clip just in case these boots get worn down for whatever reason. And I find that I usually never wear these boots down very quickly at all, even though I am constantly, and I mean constantly, sprinting everywhere I go when I have the Battle Skeleton Level 3 item that's also on this list. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Battle Skeleton. The Battle Skeleton Level 3 that you will receive from the Western Environmental Observatory as soon as you have 4 stars of connectivity is one of the best items in the game. First of all, traversal and speed. Mixing that alongside the trekking boots that we just talked about and boosting up Sam's natural ability and his stats for traversal is going to be a game changer. You will never slip on a slope again. You'll be able to keep your balance, you'll be able to jump from incredible distances, you'll be able to launch yourself across gaps, and you can move at insane speeds with little to no effort whatsoever. Now that's not all, they also have this exoskeleton design that increases your carry capacity. And then on top of that, it has armor plates that's going to protect you from gunfire. It throws out this electromagnetic shield that when any type of chiral creature or guns or anything tries to attack you, it drains your battery instead of draining your health, which can be extremely clutch. Now, one of my favorite things about these battle skeletons is the fact that you can actually be in crouch mode and still sneak around enemy encampments and everything with little to almost no effort whatsoever. The speed that you can actually traverse this game with these battle skeletons is going to be a game changer. I can almost argue that these things are almost faster than some of the vehicles in the game. So it's definitely going to be an essential item that you always want to make sure that you have charged up when you go to certain stations or a private room all the time. Next up on my list is going to be the Silent MP pistol. This pistol is an absolute beast. You will receive it from C1 South Distribution Center as soon as you have 3 stars, which is fairly early. And it's on the first map, so it's not going to be any time before you can get your hands on this. Now, the silent machine pistol is a beast because it's an MP pistol, meaning that this thing is effective against mechs, humans, and BTs. The range on it is fairly decent, and you can kind of cheat that range a little bit if you have incredible accuracy. The portability is phenomenal. It's an S item, so it goes anywhere on your body. I would always keep one in my holster, keep one on my vehicle, and have an extra one somewhere on my suit if I have an extra slot to do so. When you're doing covert ops, this thing is an absolute beast because when you shoot at the enemy, they have absolutely no idea where you are. If you get a headshot off with this thing, they're done. A couple of shots to the body will also take them out. Unless they're in battle armor, then things can be a little bit, more difficult. Just go for the headshot. You can really get some pretty nice shots off. You just have to be very accurate with it. Other than that, this pistol is one of my favorite pistols in the game, and it works very well with the next item, the A Tranq Sniper rifle. Hey, thank you so much for tapping into this guide for this long. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button for me and consider subbing. But let's get back into the video. So there's different variations of sniper rifles in this game, but the silent lightweight Tranq Sniper rifle is by far the best. I have a full-blown guide about this thing right here, but for the sake of this guide today, you will receive the silent Tranq Sniper rifle from the Lone Commander once you have 5 stars. Now let's go ahead and talk about this weapon because it's kind of unique. It's only effective on the anti-humans in the game, so humans. It doesn't really do anything to a BT, which kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you, but when it comes to humans, this thing is a straight beast. Now, besides the fact that it does do huge damage, or it's able to basically snipe and shoot down humans and take them out, if you do body shots, about 2 to 3 shots to the body usually takes out your opponent, unless they're an elephant. A headshot is a 1 shot. If they have on a helmet, snipe off the helmet and then immediately follow up with another shot to the head, they're gone. Now, one of the things that I love about the sniper rifle is that it's lightweight. You can attach this thing on any part of the suit. So your shoulders, your hips, if you're not wearing battle armor. It's an S-sized piece of cargo. So this thing can be lugged around anytime, anywhere. And I always have at least 2 snipers on me at all times. So I keep 1 pistol, 2 snipers on me, some grenades, and I'm good to go. This rifle, the only downside about it, or for me personally, it's not a downside, but I can see where in a gameplay point of view this could be a downside, is the fact that it's a Tranq sniper rifle. So when you take down your enemy, they're not actually incapacitated, they're only sleeping. They can be woken up very easily. So that is a huge downside, or they'll just naturally wake up on their own. If you make any noise around them, like if you try to shoot them or if you don't kick them, they will wake up. So what you want to do is, after you put them to sleep, you can walk over to their body, either shoot them in the head with your silent pistol and or kick them, and then they're knocked out. Next up, blood grenades. You're going to be using the blood grenades after you go to the C1 South Distribution Center for the main story. He's going to give you a couple of these. You want to get all the way up to the level 2 variant of this, and it's definitely going to be a game changer when you're fighting against the BTs in the game. The portability, of course, they go straight into your pouch, or you can put them anywhere on your suit, in your backpack, that's fine. The range on them is fairly decent. You will have to chuck these things and be fairly close in order to get I would say a decent hit off. You can actually throw these blood grenades at your feet, hide inside of the cloud, and then the enemies will try to attack you but get damaged by the actual explosion of the blood grenade or the blood cloud. Blood grenades also throw up that blood cloud, which lingers, and because that lingers, a lot of enemies can't see. So if you actually have the motion sensor, another item in this video, you'll be able to tap your scanner, sense exactly where your enemy is, and take them out without them ever knowing you were there. Blood grenades can be extremely clutch because of this, and it's one of my more fun use case scenarios. Next up, smoke grenades. You will receive the smoke grenades from the lone commander once you reach at least 2 stars of connectivity. Now these things are absolutely essential because they may not be damaging to BTs, however they do obscure the BT's vision, which is clutch. There's a new BT in the game called Watchers, and this thing can completely take away their vision. They won't be able to see you, so you can sneak right past them. Now these are extremely effective against humans. You throw the cloud over in the direction of a bunch of enemies. A group of enemies won't be able to see you. You can then use another item on this guide, the motion sensor, to figure out exactly where your enemies are and then snipe them out. It's pretty amazing. Some of my favorite items to use alongside the blood grenades, but let's go ahead and get over to the motion sensor. The motion scanner is going to be something that's unlocked once you get to the government base and you have at least 1 or more stars. Once you get to this point, you're pretty much good to go because you can then use blood grenades, smoke grenades, throw up a cloud or a mist, pop the motion scanner, and then snipe out all of your enemies before they even knew you were there. It's pretty amazing. Also, I use the motion scanner to figure out exactly where my enemies are. If you use a watchtower, you can figure out how many enemies are in the vicinity, but you don't know exactly where they are unless you're looking at the little reticle over their head. Well, with this, you're going to be able to see their actual silhouette. You can figure out what you need to do, where you need to go to try to sneak up behind them and take them out. It's pretty clutch. Let's move on to the next item. Next up is going to be the lightweight shotgun MP, and this is given to you from the musician as soon as you have 4 stars. Now you're going to get a bunch of variations of this gun, but the best variant is the one at 4 stars. And this thing is an absolute tank. You destroy BTs with this thing, you destroy humans with it, and it takes out mechs fairly well. The portability is top notch. This thing can go anywhere on Sam's body, his shoulders, his hips if you don't have on battle armor. It's a must have for every loadout. If you ever want to just go loud and proud and just take out everybody in an entire encampment, then this is going to be your best friend. It has multiple shooting modes. So you have the regular shot, you have a semi-auto, and then you have the full auto. But it has a third mode, which is going to be the grenade launcher. And yes, you can launch MP grenades with this thing. It's extremely loud, but it's dangerous and it's going to get the job done. This shotgun is a must, and I mean a must have for every loadout in Death Stranding 2 on the beach. The last and final item that we need to talk about on the list is going to be the EX grenades. And a lot of people on the internet are screaming about these, saying they're useless, but let me go ahead and give you a use case for them. The C1 South Distribution Center at about 2 stars is going to give you these grenades. Now this grenade leaves behind this lingering cloud that kind of pops a little bit, and anything that steps in it is going to get completely destroyed. Or that's how it kind of works. It's an anti-BT vapor or an impact. You throw it down, it repels gazers and hunters, blah, blah, blah. You know, the things that the game tells you. But I actually use this thing to take out the golden chiral creatures. If you take one of these grenades and you just throw this thing right on top of that thing's head, it's an instant out. And you're going to be able to gather all of your chiral crystals from a single spot, which is pretty awesome because if you use anything else, they're going to scatter. You can use a blood grenade, but they're kind of going to be spaced out a little bit. Whereas if you use one of these, one headshot with this, boom, on the head, that thing is out. Now, I also use the EX grenades against the bats in the game, but I don't throw it directly at the bats. I throw it at the wall, it explodes and it leaves behind that vapor, and then that's constantly taking out all the bats for me. So this is actually really, really good if you know exactly when or how to use it. Other than that, there are going to be better grenades in the game that have more use case, but these are not useless. They do have some type of essential use in the game, especially when you're farming for chiral crystals, which is something that everybody's going to need to do at some point in their, what do we call ourselves, our porter journeys. So in my next guide, I'm going to talk about the greatest way to farm chiral crystals in Death Stranding 2. That's going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys found this one helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and smash the like button for me. Consider subbing so that you don't miss out on more just like this one. Shout out to everybody that lasted this long in the video, and thank you so much for your patience. I hope I didn't disappoint. The next guide is going to show you some insane farming spots for chiral crystals, so stay locked in.